What's good with this? IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast here at the press conference. Hennessy Sports, September the 10th, Coventry Skydome. Tommy Welch joins me. Now you finished ripping me. How are we, mate?
All good, my man. All good, yeah.
Good. Let's jump straight in. So I last come down, saw you in Brighton. We spoke about you going on the road a little bit and getting fights. Spoke about Nick and all the things that are going on down in Brighton. A lot's happened, a lot to talk about. Might as well start with Italy because from your Instagram, it looked like an interesting little setup, mate, having a tear up on the beach.
Nothing unusual, to be honest. Instead of Brighton, it was Italy. No, it was nice, to be honest. It was like a little gladiator pit. I felt it was open, it was intense. Everyone was coming off the beach to watch. It wasn't a usual professional setup, so it made it, it was a different sort of pressure to deal with. It was boiling hot. I didn't expect it to be an open air stadium. It was supposed to be indoors. It was cool. I loved it, to be honest. The Italian people were great, and we got a great reception there. So yeah, no, it was a good night all round, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so strange that people could just walk in off the beach. So it wasn't like a ticketed thing. People could literally walk up and watch boxing.
There wasn't even no change rooms to change in. It was outside with a little teepee for a little bit of shade. It was interesting, but it was, like I said, it was a great experience. So I enjoyed it. How many people get to fly away unless you're on Team GB? How often do you get to fly away and fight in different countries? So as a pro, yeah, I'm just lapping it up and enjoying my ride. So yeah.
What did you take from the actual fight? Another stoppage win, another one on the record. What did you actually take from the time in the ring?
I'm getting used to feeling. I'm getting used to the feeling of when I up my pressure on these guys, they're falling down. They're feeling my pressure I'm bringing to them. They're not whimpering away because they're all tough guys, but I'm overwhelming them. And I feel when I'm hitting them, I don't know, it's good. I'm 4-0 and it feels good. I feel comfortable. I know what I'm doing in there now. I did before, but I'm perfecting it. I'm getting less time in between fights. I'm not worried about the pressure. I'll fight. I've always said the memo of I'll fight anywhere, anytime, any place. And, to go Italy and fight and in an open air show, it was nice. But yeah, I'm feeling good, to be honest, and I'm building up nicely. So yeah.
You can take what you've learned from these trips away to come back to where you're from, England, and show everyone what you're about September the 10th.
Absolutely. These fights abroad they're making me. They're preparing me, should I say? They're preparing me for the fights when I do have to fly away, and it's a big atmosphere. It's a big title fight if it's in a different country or anywhere else apart from England. England, I love fighting in England. This is my land. This is my home. So I enjoy fighting here. When I fight in England, there is no pressure. I'm here. The fans are with me. All my people are traveling, so I feel comfortable. But in Italy, it was cool. It was cool. Yeah.
One thing I do have to mention, because it was mentioned in the press conference, you said about Matchroom, we've got a couple of boys. Obviously, the politics can get in the way sometimes, and it can be so frustrating. But they were mentioned, and you've got people sort of coming up alongside you at the same pace. Do you almost feel like you're half building towards having a big domestic fight at some point? Because I could kind of see you at 10-0, and one of these other boys at 10-0 meeting up. Do you feel like you're building towards that?
No. Not really, no.
You focus on yourself rather than them?
I'm on my own path, and I'll be honest, when they're there, I'll definitely be looking at picking them off, 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. They're coming up next to me, so my eyes are on them. I do look at them. I watch them. I'm studying them, but I don't care about them. We're all on our own paths, but when the time is there and we meet, it's going to be explosive. I want them. I want any of these heavyweights that are building a good name, because that's what I want. I want a good fight. I want to entertain the public, and public want to see good domestic fights, of course. So yeah, when the time's right, I'll fight whoever they put in front of me, definitely.
Yeah, so I was going to say, for example, would you have picked apart, you say you don't care, but you're watching, would you have watched and picked apart someone like Johnny Fisher at the weekend, who's getting some sort of getting a momentum train behind him? You know what I mean?
Not really. You know, he's got a lot to learn still. He's a little bit behind me. He's doing his thing, absolutely. You know, he looks a strong kid, but nothing I should be worrying about, to be honest. We're on different paths, you know. I've done a lot more than him as an amateur, and you know, he's gaining the experience, so good luck to him. But yeah, I want the guys that are above him, you know. Fabio's just done one of mine, so you never know, eh?
Well, I was mentioning names to see what happened, and you just mentioned one yourself. So, Mr. Wardley?
There's some of the times where I would love to fight Fabio Wardley, of course. You know, this is what I'm here for. I don't want to shy away from anyone. You know, domestically, I think at this level, it's behind what it should be. You know,
Do you think it used to be better then, and now perhaps the domestic scene is not as strong as it was?
Not necessarily. They're all strong guys. They can all fight. They can all knock people out. They're all knocking people out. So, but the level of boxing perhaps isn't maybe as great now as what it used to be. I don't know. You could argue it, you know, and that's for the public to decide. But for me, I'm comfortable to be here. So yeah, I'm comfortable.
Have you also sort of at times, I suppose this is one I could ask your team, but do they have to sort of tell you sometimes to not keep your feet on the ground, because I know you would jump in with someone like Fabio Wardley now, but then you got realistically, you still, like, you'll admit you got learning to, so do they have to sort of say to you sometimes, Tom, keep it down a bit?
No, I understand the game. I'm not calling Fabio out. I'm not calling anyone out. I've got my own path, like I keep saying. But obviously when the time's right and we get offered, whoever, not just him, you know, there might be a fighter in MTK, there might be a fighter in Frank Warren's camp that we could be looking at. That is definitely building up as well, you know. There's some guys over that side. I'm not just looking at Matchroom. I don't care where they're from. If it's going to be a good fight and it's a fight that's worth me getting involved in, I'll be happy to. But like I said, you know, I'm on my own path, and at the moment I'm just listening to my dad and my coaches, and we're all just making good progress, I would say, you know, slowly but surely.
As long as it's someone you can get your hands on and knock them down, and I'm sure that's what we're going to see on September the 10th.
Absolutely. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be another knockout. It's going to be me probably showing a little bit more, to be honest. You know, I've been not walking through these guys. Well, you could say I've been walking through these guys. I want to slow it down a little bit. I want to perfect my shots a little bit more. I want to bring something a little bit different. I can mix it up. You know, I can fight and I can box. So I want to maybe, you know, get a couple of rounds in. And depends on who they're trying to get at the moment. You know, there's a couple of names flying around. So whoever they bring, if they bring me a little bit more of a tougher fight, it's great. You know, I'm open to all the experiences. So I'm just enjoying my ride, and I'm happy to be here. So.